everybody from the coffee dispensary here. I hope you guys are having a good show so far. I know we just started. It is top of the hour, 7 o'clock in the morning over here in Northern California. What a beautiful sunset last night. Wow. And Mark came over and we watched Don't Look Up Again. We're going to be talking about that and what his reaction was to the movie. And, you know, if any of y'all have reaction that you want to share, don't forget to write, comments down. I do read through those. And I'd love to see what you guys have to say. Yeah, we should have a good show this morning. I'll be there in a second. Crypto market's kind of going sideways right now. It's not doing anything, nothing crazy. Brian Montgomery, hello. Thank you for saying hello to me. Pretty good. You beat Debbie, bro. Nobody beats Debbie. This coffee's smelling good, so I'm hoping that's going to... Harry Padilla. What's up, Harry? Henry. I'm sorry, is that Henry? Henry. Heavy P. My bad. Henry Heavy. My bad, guys. Heavy, you don't come to my show enough, man. You see that? I'm forgetting you. That's your fault. That's on you, bro. I forgot you. Holly Hornet. Erica. Hello, Erica. Aloha from Hawaii. Aloha back from Cali. Okay. I always knew this about Mark, but after watching that movie with him, it just kind of reinforced the fact that Mark has really got a lot of empathy for people, man. He's a good guy. He really cares, man. You know? It's like a lot of people could watch that movie and not give a fuck about the characters and all, you know? He really got he got sucked in a little bit, you know? And which I wasn't as, the first time I watched the movie, I wasn't as impressed with the character development, right? But that's the point, man. They're just people, you know? It's not about the individual lives at all. It's about the fact that every single one of us, this is a common experience that if it were to happen, it would happen to every single one of us. And it really doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what your story is. You know, what your backstory is. If you're a character in a movie, it doesn't matter if that's what's going on in the movie, right? See you on YouTube. All right, Phil. Philip, good morning. We got all the Phils here. We're filling it up with Phils. We're all filled up on Phils today, guys. Look at all the Phils. Erica, you remind me of my dad, but a younger version. Oh, does that mean we can't have sex? Fuck. Erica's like, no, it means we totally could. Ooh, creepy. No, you know what? It's funny. My ex-girlfriend, she used to say that about me. She told me I reminded her of her father, my passion. I didn't look like him at all. But his attitude, the way he spoke, and the way he felt about the government, she said it was like we were identical. I loved that. I loved that. He lives alone. His animals are his pride and joy. He's an entrepreneur. He stands for his rights. Oh, right on, Erica. Right on. Phil Swift here with Fleckfield and the entire Fleckfield family of products. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic morning watching Nate's Garden. Feeling good today, says Phil. That would be weird, says Erica. It's your passion. Yeah. I'll make you forget all about your father, hon. Trust me. For the moment you're with me. Um, and I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that in a bad way. So, you know, back to what I was getting at with the movie and with what Mark was experiencing last night for the first time. I'm watching it for the fourth time. So there were still things in that movie that I freaking missed. I couldn't believe it. That I was listening, I was hearing things in that movie. I was like, man, I didn't hear that the first three times I watched this. So it's really worth watching it a bunch of times to get every bit of dialogue. But to watch Mark experiencing this movie, because he was being distracted by Rogie. And there would be times in the movie where I knew he'd have to pay attention. I'd be like, Mark, you got to watch this part. And he'd stop playing with the dog and he'd watch. And, you know, he got all of the most important information in that movie building up. So by the time he got to the end of it, he was totally invested, man. You know, I made sure of it. I made sure that he wasn't going to make the mistake of not giving that movie your full undivided attention, because it feels like it doesn't deserve it when you're watching it, because they're slightly insulting our intelligence throughout the movie. So you're like, yeah, well, if you're not going to take me seriously, why should I take you seriously? Right? But that's part of the point too, isn't it? Think about it. If you're not going to look up and take something seriously that you can just look up and see for yourself, right? It's the same thing. Oh, we're going to make some jokes and have some nice music, and the characters are going to pacify you a little bit. But if you stop paying attention, it's going to cost you. In this movie, if you don't pay attention, it costs you. And in real life, it's the same thing. Brian, no spoilers, okay, Brian? No spoilers for the movie. I still want people to go watch this. But yeah, the end was great. I made sure Mark caught that too. Three minutes. Oh, 7:10, mother. Goodness. What are we going to do? 7:10. Just start with a dab. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are. We're going to do some dabbies. Yes, yes. Dabbing it. Dabbing it. The new Spider-Man comics coming out NFT in an hour on Vivi. If you guys want to sign up for an airdrop. I don't know if it's an airdrop, but everybody scrambles to buy it and the whole goddamn website shuts down. But, you know, whatever. This is the first hit of the day, and I am going in hard on a dab. What movie? The movie is called Don't Look Up. It's available on Netflix right now. It's Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep. You really, if you haven't watched the movie, you need to fucking watch it. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you, bro. All right. No law regarding spoilers to ruin movies. Cheers. Jason, leave the room. Oh, come on, Mom. Oh, that's good coffee after a dab, man. There's something about coffee after a dab. Woo! So, um, I really can't wait till everybody has seen the movie so we can really get into it, But, yeah, go watch it. And we'll talk, man. There's a lot to talk about. I think the generalities that don't spoil the movie are the most important parts. The fact that, they will lull you into a sense of they're insulting your intelligence so you're not going to pay attention. They're making a point. They're like, when stupid people talk to you, you don't listen to them, do you? Hey, man, did I listen to Jordan Peterson? Give me a 1 in the chat room if you know for a fact that I went ahead and I listened to someone I can't stand, Jordan Peterson, and I made you listen to him as well. And he made no sense, but that was my point for listening to him, was to prove to you that the man doesn't make sense. Right? I don't like him, but I listened to him. And, maybe he did say something that I agreed with. He did. What did he say? Let me fix this microphone. I just realized it's down. What did Jordan Peterson say that I agreed with? He said that corporations and the governments are taking advantage of this situation and capitalizing off of it instead of really worrying about people's best interests. I agreed with him on that. It's the one thing, though, I agree with him on, and everything else he said did not make sense at all. And the reason I did that yesterday was to prove to you guys that when you hate somebody, as much as I hate Jordan Peterson, if we can train ourselves to listen to them, sometimes you'll get something important out of it. That is what that movie, Don't Look Up, demonstrates the entire time. It starts off pretty serious, but then it starts getting it seems like it's getting lazy in the middle of the movie, right? It feels like they're just kind of not really caring about the viewer anymore. And that things are just kind of happening, and you're just like, wow, man, what about me sitting here? Aren't you thinking about me at all? Hey, man, are you thinking about you at all? Look at how they use that movie as a tool to get that message across to you. Are we insulting your intelligence? Do you insult your own intelligence by the people you listen to, subscribe to, and believe? I mean, Candace Owens was on Twitter this morning putting up straight lies on her Twitter feed. I called her out on that bullshit, and those of you who follow me on Twitter and go to my tweets and replies, you all saw that, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. She wasn't making any sense at all. And that's what happens when you subscribe to somebody like Donald Trump and then you parrot him, and then you realize that people are making fun of you. Bro, you should go read all the responses to Candace Owens. I think I only saw one person that agreed with her. Have I been to sleep yet? Of course I have. Have I been to sleep yet? Get them all shaved. My hair's all done. I'm wearing a different shirt. The movie insults your intelligence to make a point. Okay? They're making a point. And the more you watch this movie, the more you'll grasp exactly what it is they did. So remember that when you're watching it. It's not an affront to your intelligence. It's not. They just want you to realize how indoctrinated and how lulled into pacificity, is that the right way to say that? That you've been. How the governments lie to you, how you've been manipulated to believe certain narratives. And what you realize is, in the end, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares, man. I mean, Look at Guy McPherson. He's watching the planet go extinct. And he's at the point now where he's like, I don't fucking care anymore. I am so sick of trying to talk to these people. And I understand his perspective. And when you think of that, where he's coming from, on such a higher level than where my podcast is. You know, he's a scientist. He's doing studies and reading information and educating the hell out of himself and other people. And even he is just like all the people in that movie. It's like, you know, let's just go live our lives. Because, you know, me stressing myself out, trying to warn everybody that the sky's falling, that ain't working for me anymore. You know, for me personally, I've lost all of my freaking viewers, not this show, thank you guys for saying. But I've lost, you know, talking about this over the years, I've lost hundreds, if not thousands of potential viewers for this show. And to what end? To hurt myself, to punish myself because they don't want to listen to me? You know, if I just serve up happiness all day, I have a lot of friends. I get a lot more friends that way. But here's the beautiful thing about all that this will make you rest a lot easier. I can't do that. I want to, but I can't. I want to be high-ri. I do. I wish I could. You know, I wish I could give the people exactly what they want so that they would give me the attention that I want. But I just can't, sorry, Rye, lower myself to that level of being bought, of selling myself out. And I think that's what the movie is kind of hoping for you while you watch it. They're hoping that you're going to be like me. And that you're going to not be like Mark was at first when he was watching, getting distracted with the dog. But you're actually going to pay attention and get the true gist of the message. Because it's not just what the surface level displays at all. That movie is not surface level at all. I mean, it's so easy to take it on face value. How many people are still blocked? Bro, the people I have blocked, I don't want in here. Those aren't the kinds of people I'm talking about. You know, I didn't block Jiminy. He came back yesterday, right? You know, I didn't block Pinoy Grower, but he started coming back, right? Think about it. There's a whole bunch of people out there, man, that watch this show that have just kind of stopped going, not because I blocked them. And yeah, there's a lot of motherfuckers blocked, and I don't want any of them fuckers back in here. If you're blocked, stay the fuck out. The show's gotten better since you've left. Trust me. Anyway. The movie is a puzzle to be unwrapped. And once you unwrap it, there is a message there, man. It's almost as if they only want really intelligent people to get it. It's like they want someone who knows what's up to watch someone, and I'm not saying Mark's not intelligent. He is. He's very intelligent. He totally got that fucking movie last night. I was impressed that he got it. And I was impressed that he gave a shit about the characters. He got into it. But more so, they want us, the ones who totally grasp it, to realize what the true issue is with humanity. And the true issue is we just don't care. That's all it is. It's not left versus right. It's not right versus wrong. We just don't care anymore. We're tired. We're exhausted. And we just don't have the patience to have someone tell us that bad things are happening. We're like, yeah, okay, bad things are happening. You know what? When they happen to me, I'll start fucking worrying about it. That's where we are. When it happens to me, that's when I'm going to worry about it. I'm not going to take any precautions. Precautions. What, Jordan? You don't like precautions? You don't wear your seatbelt when you drive a car? You don't look both ways before crossing the road? You crazy risk taker, Jordan Peterson? You know? If somebody screams heads up, you don't look up, you know, to see if there's a hammer falling off of a ladder. Jordan Peterson? Oh no, why should I? Why should I be so reactionary? Was that a good Jordan Peterson? You guys know where that voice comes from now? Huh? You know, it's the context of what I was saying. If you would just not take it out of context, you would understand about the Nazis that I wrote the book about. You know, you've got to understand, you want to understand peace, you've got to write a book on Nazis and study them closely so you can understand peace better. That's what Jordan Peterson says. I would like to sit down and watch Jordan Peterson watch the movie Don't Look Up. Because I really enjoyed watching Mark watch it last night. And I've enjoyed other people watching it too. So he's not the only person I've watched the movie with. And every time you watch that movie with somebody else, you'll get a different experience out of it. Because their reaction will be different. And they won't get it at first at all. They won't get it. To them, it's painful, you know, and they're just like, this is painful. You're like, if you don't look up at my place, you get knocked out by a tree. Really? He's got a low hanging branch. Adam, what's up, brother? How are you? Yeah, you got it. Oh, I know you'd get it. I know you'd get that movie, Adam. You know? When you have children, bro, it opens up your eyes to humanity. It really does. It turns you into more of a human being. I totally understand that. You know, people are selfish and they're ignorant and they're not willing to learn things, but all of a sudden they have kids and man, they better learn fast because if they give a shit about those kids, which they do most of the time, they realize they need to play catch up. It's time to play catch up and understand what's going on so your kids can have a better ride through life. And that's what, you know, it does to people. And if you go and you watch that movie, oh, it's, yeah, dry comedy. It's a dark comedy, freaking Oracle. That movie is a dark comedy, you know, or a black comedy. But either way, it is, I mean, Mark and I laughed our asses off. We did. We laughed. You know, it's funny. It's enjoyable. And it's supposed to be enjoyable because it's a bitter pill to swallow. So they're trying to put a little sugar in with it, with the message. But that's it, isn't it? Not too much sugar. Just enough to make it palatable so that you will get that bitterness out of it too. And there is some bitterness. You know? You just have to really take it all in. So I hope all of you will choose to watch that movie more than once. You know, really. The music makes it worth watching more than one time. Just the music track on that movie, it's incredible. Even Mark said to me the music. He's like, wow, man. Yeah, I was like, I know, right? You know, and Ariana, am I saying that right? Grande, when she sings, man, wow. You know? I mean, I think that Mark was trying to walk out to go smoke a cigarette, and he was standing at the corner right there, and she came on and started singing, and he came back inside and fucking sat down on the couch. He said, fuck the cigarette. They change you chemically. You turn into a Secret Service bodyguard with the common sense of a mythological god. Chronic XL. I need to smoke with you guys. Kind of like the music from Cruel Intentions. Huh. Chemically. All right. Ariana's song was so funny. I know. You better get your head out of your ass. No spoilers. No spoilers. All right. So, let's move on. Let's move on, shall we? If you take anything away from that segment, it's you need to go watch that movie. You need to watch it more than once, and you need to pay attention to it every time you watch it. Try to watch it with different people when you watch it too. Watch their reactions and kind of guide them through it. and don't spoil it. Okay? Okay. And you make sure they stay through the credits. Because Mark was out the door. I was like, He's like, really? I'm like, you see that? He's like, oh, fuck, what, bro? He came back in and sat down on the couch again. Yeah. That movie is that good. It literally made ADD crazy fucking Mark, who totally loves Rogie and can't fucking stop playing with the dog, fucking focus for 2 hours, man. He focused on that fucking movie, you know? And that is worth watching too. When you bring somebody to watch that movie and you see that they're getting it. And you're like, oh, so now you understand indoctrination. Now you understand the frustration that people have when they can see what's going on and other people can't. And they just fold their arms and they just shut down and they're like, man, I give up. You know? Anyhow, bottom of the hour, whatever. Oh, it's if you take the movie and you put it in the right context, you see. That's what it is. They take the movie and they put it out of context. It's all about the context. What's that word he says that I make fun of? Oh, bean. You know, I had been to the airport and I had been around the corner. He says bean. I love it. I'd been to the bank and they wouldn't give me my money. I was so outraged. I started shaking my fists at the teller. I said, how dare you? Where have you been? No law regarding beans. Cheers. Lee, you just put the movie on? Right on. You're going to love it. Pay attention to it. And try to listen to every word that Jonah Hill says. And try to listen to every word that Meryl Streep says. She will mumble sometimes, but she's not mumbling. She's just low talking. And you need to listen to her low talking too. Because I missed a lot of it. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, whoa. Yeah, listen to her mumbling. I've been in the stock. I've been talking to people. I went around and I gave some speeches and I flew around the world they wanted to check to see what my status was. I was so offended. I said, don't you know who I am? I'm Dr. Jordan Peterson. Don't you know where I've been? Okay, Lee's like, okay, I'll come back and watch this stream later. Fuck you, Lee! Fuck you! I'm gonna fuck you off the whole time you're not here, Lee. Alright, go watch the movie. Go fuck off. We're just gonna totally talk shit about Lee Helm now, everybody. Let's grab the helm with Lee Helm. Take the helm with Lee Helm. We're gonna rag on you, Lee. How dare you, Lee Helm? How dare you? Leave this podcast on my advice. Hey, everybody gotta go watch this movie. Hey, I'm gonna go watch a movie. Fuck you! What a mind fuck. Your jeans suck, Lee. What the fuck kind of jeans are called Lee Helm jeans? I don't get it. We're roasting Lee. How dare you? It's one of my favorites. So, you know, I got my eye on the crypto space, dude. We had a recovery. You guys want to see the recovery? Since I just lost 4 people for saying, how dare you? Let's just check the crypto space really quick. And How's Polka Dot? 24 cents. Okay. I think that's the one that's really hurting me. Because I think Polka Dot was like 30 cents yesterday. And when Polka Dot drops big like that, it hurts my overall. Lee Jeans. Oh, no, dude. Lee Jeans sucks so bad that I forgot about him, Billy. And that is a fact. I forgot about Lee Jeans, bro. How funny is that? How funny is the fact that I'm about to do a big fat fucking dab and just totally annihilate myself with it? Huh? What? Dude, I'm gonna do a ginormous dab right now. Dude, can you believe as long ago as that was, the Pinoy came over here when I was broadcasting in the other room and sold me the concentrates? I still have it today. I smoke them almost every show. And because I know how to do dabs and not burn through them, I still have them. And they still taste great. Yeah, they're crap, Gene, says Lee. Lee says don't. Hey, no law regarding Lee regarding not buying Lee jeans. Cheers. Nah, nah. Those are actual words. Totally made sense to me. You know, if you understood how these shape-shifting reptilian aliens that travel interdimensionally communicated, you would understand every grunt that you ever heard. Because grunts is how they communicate. They communicate with their grunts. Of course, they snort your thoughts right out of your ears. Like big lines of ultra-potent super male vitality. They're one of the few companies not dropping Craftsman 3mm denim. You know, they say, Billy, that, and I can't believe this, it's crazy. They say that denim is the greatest cause of garbage in landfills. Denim. Because I guess it just doesn't break down, you know? And people throw those things away. I feel bad about that, so I hold on to all my old jeans and I keep them in my closet. Just stacked up because I don't want them to be in a landfill. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I got jeans I'll never wear again, bro. And there's some of them are ripped and no one will wear them. But, yeah, man. That's why there's a lot of things that I don't like to think that I'm putting in a landfill. It's funny, isn't it? Plastic bags, plastic containers. I try to reuse everything over and over and over again. But that's just me, man. You know? I guess, I'll pull up the headlines really quick here, man. Let's see what's going on in the world real quick. If anything is happening, we're talking about. Hurt my fucking arm. I guess doing push-ups or something. Oh, really? Misleading statements found in Trump Organization finances? Oh, really? Huh. Who would have guessed that the Trumps lied about something? What about burning old jeans? I don't know. Textile waste, including denim, accounts for nearly 5% of all landfill space, but plastic is 50, and we still buy it all day. Huh. I wonder why they're saying denim was more prevalent than plastic. That was weird. I wonder where I heard that. Maybe I heard the statistic wrong. My cat, I think my cat wants my attention. A bogus equation. George Conway reacts to AG subpoena for Ivanka and Don. I wouldn't mind listening to George Conway. He fucking hates the Trumps more than any human being on the planet. Oh God, let's watch this together, shall we? George Conway's hilarious. He needs to go on a diet. Oh my God, look at this guy's face. Oh my God, George, go on a diet. What is that thing under your neck? My goodness, man. Holy shit, man. Ugh. I can't even do that with my face. I can't even make my face look like that. Holy shit. God damn, bro. And that's him just standing there. Where's Rogie? He's in, Rogie's in bed. Still.
You ought to keep corrupt politicians.
This is the furthest that New York Attorney General Letitia James has gone, saying that she has significant evidence in the civil case of misleading statements and...
After listening to me for a few minutes, God, isn't that guy's voice annoying? Ron Berman? What an annoying voice. Did you guys hear that? Holy shit. I want you to hear how annoying his voice is again.
Furthest that New York...
I literally had to turn it down because it was just so shrill and bothersome.
Attorney General Letitia James has gone, saying that she has significant evidence in the civil case of misleading statements and documents. What do you see as the significance here?
Well, I think the significance that she's willing to go out and say this, as you pointed out, is something. You don't go out and make these statements unless you have something to back it. But that's on one level. On another level, it's not that surprising. This investigation has been going on a long time. The district attorney's office and the state attorney general both together have been investing a great deal of effort. Lots of personnel, lots of investigators, lots of talking to witnesses that have seeped out to the press over time. And hiring of very expensive expert accounting witnesses, potential witnesses or potential experts for a trial, or at least to understand the documents. They've been at this for a while, and it's hard to imagine that there isn't something serious to look at there. And then there's some public reporting that's talked about the question of whether or not the Trump Organization and individuals at the Trump Organization were essentially keeping two sets of books. One,
right? So... Yeah, he doesn't have anything. That guy didn't have anything. But still, it's funny to watch, and I have a feeling that they are finally going to get shit on the Trumps. So let's see what happens, man. It's been a long time coming. And if they fucked up and they left a paper trail, man, maybe they'll get prosecuted. Wouldn't that be great? They're saying they manipulated the values of their properties. Of course they did. It's like a well-known story how Donald Trump did that. You know, he would totally lie about what his properties were worth. He would lie about how many stories his buildings were. You know, that totally changes the value of them. He would lie. He would say his building's the tallest one, or it's got this many floors, or it's fucking psychotic, dude. The guy's a psycho. Only a fucking psycho would do that shit. And people that don't see that for what it is, holy moly, man, you're just as psychotic as he is. And then there's the people that say, oh no, that's okay, that's part of business. What, lying about how many floors your fucking building is? That's part of business? Cardi B pledges to pay funeral costs for Bronx fire victims. That's nice. Coke is changing their can design, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna make me put that poison down quicker. Change the design. New Zealand warns of further eruptions. Ukraine warns Russia has almost completed buildup of forces near border. "13th floor still on the books. Criminal behavior again. All of CNN is annoying. Trump's running and hiding. He's Nixon all over again. You don't refuse court orders without guilt. If you're not guilty, you want to appear just so you just cooperate." Oh, I know. You just go to tell the truth and you get found innocent. You know, that's... Anytime he tries to not appear somewhere, they should say why. What's your reason for not appearing? And make him answer to that. Hey man, why don't you want to appear in court and testify to this or that? What's your reason behind that? It's a great question, Billy. I better go feed my cat. I love it when CNN calls out Fox. You're like, you guys are such fucking hypocrites. You guys are idiots too. But the hypocrisy is, it's kind of tasty. You know, especially when it's Breonna Keeler, because she gets called out constantly. Oh my God. All right. I don't know. Is this going to play? No. Once again, I have to play the second video. You know, re-engineers and all over there at CNN. What? Stay away from me. Don't even come near me.
They told me had I not been vaccinated, I wouldn't be here.
So a guy almost died because of COVID, but the doctor said because you were vaccinated, it's the only thing that saved your life. I guess he came really close to dying. Really? Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna feed my cat so he will leave me alone.
We can't discuss the tsunami of disinformation jeopardizing American democracy without talking about the mothership, Fox. I don't call it news, even if they do, because it's not news. It is lucrative, however, raking in hundreds of millions of...
Okay, so literally, Breonna saying this opinion is not news either.
...in democracy without talking about the mothership, Fox. I don't call it news, even if they do, because it's not news. Fox. I don't call it news, even if they do, because it's not news. It is lucrative, however, raking... Fox. I don't call it news, even if they do, because it's not news.
Yeah, well, you giving your opinion, Brianna, that's not news either. So you're the biggest fucking hypocrite of all. All right? You're not news. Your opinion right now. And you're going to call someone else out for opinion? Who fucking cares? Who cares if you're giving your opinion or they're giving their fucking opinion? You're going to fucking call them out for giving their opinion. Wow. Who fucking cares?
It is lucrative, however, raking in hundreds of millions of dollars for Fox Corp last year as it shovels out stuff like this.
Of all the things that January 6th was, it was definitely not a violent terrorist attack.
So let's not take the word of Fox's chief propagandist on that. Let's see what Chris Wray, Donald Trump's pick to head the FBI, says.
Unfortunately, as you noted, Mr. Chairman, January 6th was not an isolated event. The problem of domestic terrorism has been metastasizing across the country for a long time now, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Tucker Carlson, not one to let that get in the way of gaslighting 3 million people a night. He explains it away by amplifying a conspiracy theory that it was actually the FBI that instigated the attack on the Capitol.
Strangely, some of the key people who participated on January 6th have not been charged. Look at the documents. The government calls those people unindicted co-conspirators. What does that mean? Well, it means that in potentially every single case, they were FBI operatives.
The case that Carlson is talking about goes back to June. It involves Thomas Caldwell, who has pled not guilty. And according to statements in court documents, that alleged operative was most likely his wife. And you'd think that Carlson would know this. After all, he interviewed Caldwell and his wife not once but twice. The second time for a 50-minute long interview, 5-0. Carlson dedicates so much airtime to disinformation that he produced a 3-part documentary, and in it, he pushes other conspiracy theories like Antifa being behind the attack, which is a Fox favorite.
There were likely not all Trump supporters, and there are some reports that Antifa sympathizers may have been sprinkled throughout the crowd.
He also knew that there's always bad actors that will infiltrate large crowds.
You want to know how disingenuous those comments are?
She's right.
Those same hosts were texting Trump's chief of staff during the attack, trying to get him to call off the crowd. And some Trump supporters charged in the riot don't want to share credit. So that tells you something. One saying, quote, it was not Antifa at the Capitol. And another Trump supporter saying they, quote, proudly take responsibility for storming the castle. Carlson also likes to go full Orwell, claiming the insurrection was not an insurrection.
Oh, it was an insurrection. So how many of the participants in that insurrection have been charged with insurrecting, with sedition, with treason? 0.
Cue the Fox backup singers.
No one has been charged with sedition or insurrection.
Has anybody been charged with sedition? Nobody. Has anybody been charged with treason? Nobody. So why do they keep calling it an insurrection?
How many times do words like insurrection, sedition...
It's like they asked for it. Isn't this... This is delicious. And if anybody doesn't get it, let me know in the chat and I'll explain to you why, okay? If you don't understand why this is delicious. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Because they charged the... As reported on this live show by Hippie Chick, right? Remember? They charged the Oath Keepers with sedition. It's almost as if they fucking begged for it, like they got on their hands and knees and said, please charge somebody with sedition. And the United States government was like, fine.
or treason appear in Biden's own DOJ indictments against the January 6 rioters? The answer, 0.
Just last week, Fox's Brit Hume tweeted, quote, let's base our view on whether January 6 was an insurrection on whether those arrested are charged with insurrection. So far, none has been. Tweets that don't age well for 200, please, because 3 hours later, the DOJ announced an indictment charging 11 people with seditious conspiracy And you know who says it was an insurrection? Them. Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes, quote, "You can call it an insurrection or you can call it a war or a fight."
They got these guys. And Fox, I gotta tell you, this is why I watch things like CNN or Fox or Candace. I follow Candace Owens or Ben Shapiro, people I hate, people I can't stand. Because I can't stand Breonna Keeler. I fucking hate her. But you know what? She's eviscerating Fox News right now. And she's ripping apart the right-wing narrative. And she's doing it really well. And I'm going to give her credit, man. I'm really enjoying this. Hey, you know, I don't care what you think about CNN or Breonna Keeler. I want to know. Give me a 1 in the chat. If you're enjoying watching her shred Fox News as much as I am right now, give me a 1 in the chat.
His co-defendant, Kelly Meggs, wrote on Facebook, quote, "Wait for the 6th when we are all in D.C. to insurrection." Rhodes and Meggs have both pled not guilty. Still, alleged insurrectionists...
Dude, did you see that? Oh, fuck. Did you see the date on that? December 26th. The guy said, wait till the insurrection on January 6th. Did you see that? Oh, fuck, dude. That's the whole goddamn ball of wax right there. Wait for the 6th when we are all in D.C. to insurrection. December 26th is the date of that post. The date of that statement. Planned insurrection, man. That's evidence. He participated in it. They were calling it an insurrection before they got there. They had every intention of committing insurrection. Ooh, I just made a rhyming connection. Oh, there's a new yo. Oh, all right. Let's keep listening to Breonna Keeler fucking shred. She's fucking shredding right now. Hey, Steve Running is enjoying this, and James McGill is enjoying this. So, out of all of my viewers, and a whole bunch of people left, only 2 people gave me a 1 in the chat. So this is what I'm going to do. Steve Running, James McGill. I'm sending both of you guys triage oil. Thanks. Thanks for playing ball. And the rest of you sucks. When I ask you a question and I ask you to just put a 1 in the chat, and I say, are you enjoying Breonna Keeler destroy Fox News right now? And you couldn't even give me a 1? Really? Well, listen, Steve and James, I've got you. I'm sending you guys triage oil. Thank you.
Both pled not guilty. Still, alleged insurrectionists have a greater handle on the truth than their biggest cheerleader.
This is the problem with my audience.
Can't be trusted farther than he can throw his pom-poms.
You can't.
Fox's own lawyers are...
God forbid you listen to Breonna Keeler because she's from fucking CNN. No, I'm not going to listen to her. Well, she's making total sense. And that's what I'm always saying on here. Listen to everybody. Because sometimes they're going to make some sense and you're going to appreciate it. I totally agree with her on this. And if you don't, you might want to look at yourself and see why you're not agreeing with CNN right now. You know, you might want to take a look at yourself.
Argued as much in a defamation suit against the network successfully.
Yo, James McGill, Stephen Running, you're both welcome. If I don't have your shipping addresses, you guys know to send them to me at Nay's Garden on Twitter.
They argued. The judge in that case quoting their apparently convincing argument, quote, "The general tenor of the show should then inform a viewer that he is not stating actual facts about the topics he discusses and is instead engaging in exaggeration and non-literal commentary." And Fox's own lawyers argued that any reasonable viewers arrive with an appropriate amount of skepticism about the statements that Tucker Carlson makes. Wishful thinking, perhaps, because according to Pew Research, Republicans predominantly get their political news from Fox, far more than from any other right-wing cable channels. When Ted Cruz needs the biggest audience possible to self-flagellate for referring to January 6th as terrorism, where does he go?
You called this a terror attack when by no definition was it a terror attack. That's a lie. You told that lie on purpose, and I'm wondering why.
The way I phrased things yesterday, it was sloppy and it was frankly dumb. And
I don't
and
buy
it
that. Whoa,
resulted-
whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't buy that. Look, I've known you a long time, since before you went to the Senate. You were a Supreme Court contender. You take words as seriously as any man who's ever served in the Senate. And every word you repeated that phrase. I do not believe that you used that accidentally. I just don't.
And when Fox needs to fill up its primetime lineup, who do they install? Tucker Light, who has fashioned himself in the image of Fox's demigod of delusion and disinformation.
This may be a lot of things, this moment we're living through, but it is definitely not about Black lives.
These protesters and BLM activists don't care about the evidence, and they don't care about justice either.
At this point, there is no remaining doubt that Kyle Rittenhouse acted in self-defense.
This is a clear-cut case of self-defense.
Actually, it's a clear-cut case of how to cultivate an echo chamber, or a gremlin. Water it, feed it, until it multiplies.
Hey, Heavy P, what's up? Just rewarding a couple of trendies for paying attention and playing ball. You know, I wish more of you guys would do it. I wish you guys would, I mean, if you disagreed with me on that one, let me know. I should have got 17 ones at that moment. 17 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. You know? The goddamn chat should have lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. 2 people. 1-1. That was it. I do this. I try to involve you guys to make it a participation show. So you guys are part of the show, man. You see your names pop up here. You have fun. You know, you go down in history, you know, for one of the most subverted podcasts that should have been listened to by everybody. You know, maybe someday we'll discover what this podcast was. Maybe somebody will do a, you know... It wouldn't it be cool if someone did a documentary on every time I ever fucking made sense on this show? Wouldn't that be great? Like an hour and a half of me just destroying motherfuckers and shredding it. And just, you know... putting the truth out there for everybody. My predictions. Wouldn't that be cool as shit? Just so someone could sit back and watch and go, yeah, man, that show is something I could have really appreciated. It's too bad I wasn't watching. It's too bad YouTube decided to hide this guy. Or it's too bad his own audience members decided to stop watching him. Because they're really missing out. As often as I try to listen to people that I fucking hate, you could at least listen to me, like getting high with me. You know? I'm asking too much. Yeah, was right all the time. Didn't type a 1 because I was helping my daughter that has COVID, but you know all, you think you know everything, not in the fucking mood today for your mouth. Hey, Patrick Baber, who the fuck are you? Nobody even knows you. Nobody fucking cares. And I'm not in the mood to have you here ever fucking again. You don't ever participate in my chat, dude. You're nobody. You're nothing to me. So go fuck off and don't ever fucking come back. How about that? Someone got butthurt because they didn't get free triage oil because they didn't feel like typing a 1 on a keyboard. Oh, because their COVID-infected child needed help and I couldn't just press 1 enter. You know, because my COVID-infected child, you know, I was administering love and I couldn't press 1 enter. Sucks to be you, bro. I'm glad I butthurt a motherfucker. Good. That was my intention all along. Obviously. You fucking deserve it. Non-supportive motherfuckers. Oh, he's blocked, Heavy P. He's blocked. I just have someone who comes in here whose name I don't even recognize, who's never said anything to me on my chat, and it's documentably provable. You go back and tell me one time that guy's ever chatted on my chat. He's nobody. And he got butthurt on a segment? Good. You know, I'm giving out free fucking pain oil to people who fucking need it, and you're getting butthurt because it wasn't you. You know, instead, wait your turn, you watch my show, and it could have been you next, but now I hope you never fucking get it. I would love to send it out to all of you. I think everyone should have access to it. You know, and if I was making it 55 gallons at a time, maybe I would do that for my audience for a while, you know, until my audience got crazy, because I guarantee you if I started doing that, the show would blow the fuck up, because everybody would want to try the triage oil to see what the big fucking deal is, you know? And let me just say this. You know that not a single small jar has gone out yet? No, nobody wanted to be the first person to have the cute little first jar, the little tiny jar. Nobody was interested. I couldn't believe it. Still sitting here. Little tiny jars. Aren't they cute? You're welcome, Debbie. You're welcome. You know, I don't ask much of you guys. I don't. The benefits of watching this show are immense. And it's not like I'm asking you to smash anything ever. I'm not. All I'm asking you to do is participate in the show. And smashing that like button ain't participating in the show. Yeah, I got a little angry at Rye the other day because he was doing a live stream with the freaking Oracle and a couple of other of my friends, and I thought it was cool. So I go in the chat and I'm like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And none of them say hello to me. I'm like, okay, well, cool. I always say hello to them as soon as I see them in the chat because I'm always looking at the chat because I make the show about the chat. So it's kind of shocking to me when 4 of my friends completely ignore me when I come into a chat. So I see Eddie typing in there, and I'm typing in there, and I see Eddie's in the chat, and I'm like, well, Eddie's got to see me, and I'm like, silence. I'm like, Eddie's not even going to say hi to me. So I say to Eddie, I'm like, wow, I'm feeling a little ignored over here, something like that. And right when I typed it, Ryan saw it. And he was in the middle of saying something. And he read my chat, and he's like, he didn't say what I said. He just said, man, then he's like, I lost my train of thought. He's like, then he said it again, he's like, I lost my train of thought, guys. He looked back over the chat and started shaking his head, and I was laughing because I knew exactly what he was doing. I said something like, you're going to ask me to smash something and you're not even going to say hello? I think that was what I said. I got him so good, man. Oh, God. You motherfuckers. You guys are all just so professional on your podcast. And I walk in there, I'm like, I'm going to troll these guys. I'm trolling you all. I loved it, man. I was like, ah. Then, 3 seconds later, you guys were like, oh, hey, it's Nay. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Nay, man. You guys should be reading the chat. All of you. Man, how do you podcast without just having your eye on that chat? It is so hard for me to do. Gotta watch that chat, man. It's the best. That is one thing I love when I go into someone like Dr. Cushman's stream and he reads every fucking chat. He doesn't give a fuck what your stupid troll name is. And he will read whatever stupid shit you say. And I like that. I actually like that. I mean, I don't like that he does it to stupid fucking troll bitches, but I like knowing that whatever I type in there, I know he's going to fucking read it out loud. It's going to be cool. He just went live the other day, too. Enoch, what's up? And I missed it. I hadn't seen him live for a long time, man. I wonder if he's been broadcasting. Candace reads all the comments too. Yeah, that works for a while. You know, she probably has nothing to worry about. I don't think she has to worry about somebody coming in there and trolling. But, you know, I can only do that for so long until fucking Sex Up Your Butt comes in the goddamn, you know, chat or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Sexy Love You Long Time, you know, and you're just like, come to my website and jack off. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. Thank you. You know, and I'm holding this empty cup of coffee like I would be holding a bong that wasn't loaded. I'm thinking, Sex Up Your Butt. Whatever that stupid guy's name is. Whatever that stupid guy's name that comes in with the stupid colorful fucking name and always spams his stupid sex chat. His sex fucking cams or whatever the fuck it is. Was dreaming my teeth were falling off. The fuck? Enoch. How dare you have a dream like that? Sexy $5 love you long time. We had fun yesterday on Twitter, man. The CEO who fired 900 employees over Zoom is coming back. The 5G snafu is the biggest screw-up I've witnessed in my career. Oh, maybe we should read that. CNN is still reporting on the 5G thing. Oh my God, is there a video? Yes! There's 2.5-minute video, everybody. Oh my God, dude, it's so funny. They're modifying flights over this thing, guys. This is gonna be crazy. You guys, I've got two videos here for you to watch. Is it gonna play? Dude, I clicked on the second one and it didn't play the second video for the first time ever. When I start playing the second video. It paused too. Alright, let me go to
5G turbulence. Several international airlines cancelling and altering flights to US airports over safety concerns. Emirates is one of them, and our Richard Quest spoke to the company's president in an exclusive interview.
I fucking hate Richard Quest. I fucking hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. But you know who he sounds like, don't you? Richard Quest here once again to report on the news for you. Today, we're going to report on the 5G kerfuffle. Here we go. Let's check out what's going on with Richard Quest and CNN.
The truth be known, we were not aware of this until yesterday morning, to the extent that it was going to compromise the safety of operation of our aircraft and just about every other 777 operator to and from the United States and within the United States. It came to a head. It was known by the US operators probably a little bit more than we knew, and we have evidence of letters having been written to the Secretary of Transport in the US government alerting that group to what was likely to happen and its consequences. Yes, we were aware of a 5G issue, okay? We are aware that everybody is trying to get 5G rolled out. After all, it's the super cool future of whatever it may be, communication and information flow. We were not aware that the power of the antennas in the United States have been doubled compared to what's going on elsewhere. We were not aware that the antenna themselves had been put into a vertical position rather than a slanted position. So on that basis, we took that decision late last night to suspend all our services until we had clarity.
What do you make of this situation as somebody who what one might describe as a, sort of one of the elder statesmen of the industry? I guess that's a polite way of saying you've been around a while. But you've seen many things. What do you make of a situation where we can get to a position of 5G, which is in other European airports quite safely, and yet the way the rollout has been done in the United States has caused basically potential chaos?
I guess I need to be as candid as I normally am, and I'd say this is one of the most delinquent, utterly irresponsible issues, subjects, call it what you like, I've seen in my aviation career. Somebody should have told them a long time ago that it would compromise safety of operation of aircraft in metropolitan areas with catastrophic consequences if this was allowed to continue. I think that message got through at a very, very late stage, and that is why you see the suspension
Verizon joined AT&T and delayed the activation, I should say, of 5G on some towers around certain airports. Airline executives have voiced safety concerns and predicted catastrophic disruptions to travel and commerce with the launch.
CNN's aviation correspondent Pete Muntean is here with us. Pete, explain the problem and how we got to this urgent state today.
Well, Allison, it seems like airlines are getting exactly what they wanted. Just yesterday, airlines wrote the Biden administration urging immediate action on the rollout of the 5G network. Kind of hard to believe that the 5G radio network that is necessary for this rollout is on a similar radio spectrum to something in airplanes called a radar altimeter. That is a critical piece of instrumentation that pilots use to get a hypersensitive reading of their exact height above the ground. Now, without that, and with these possible errors, airlines say this could lead to thousands of flight delays and cancellations and diversions. Now we know that AT&T and now Verizon have said they will delay the rollout of 5G because of these airline industry concerns near certain airports. We don't know exactly what airports. We don't know for exactly how long. AT&T, in its statement, threw a lot of shade at the FAA and the airline industry here, saying, quote, "We are frustrated by the FAA's inability to do what 40 other countries have done, which is to safely deploy 5G technology without disrupting aviation services, and we urge it to do so in a timely manner." Now, airlines said this was a really huge issue for them. I've been covering this for weeks, and in this letter from the airline executives of 10 different airlines, mind you, to the DOT and the Biden administration, they said, quote, "The ripple effects across both passenger and cargo."
Let me tell you something, man. These fucking idiots, right? So this doesn't even make sense. Why the fuck wouldn't Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile pay for a fucking study themselves to counter this bullshit study that the FAA is doing because they want to disrupt transportation because they're not happy with what the federal government's doing with, right? Think about it. This has nothing to do with 5G and altimeters. They already have altimeters that don't even rely on the 5G. The second altimeter that's affected by 5G, if it is, which they have no proof that it is yet, they have no evidence to say that it interferes, right? They barely use those fuckers ever. It's not even the altimeter that they prefer to use, right? The one they prefer to use is based on air pressure with a little air pressure sensor. That's the one they like to use.
Operations, our workforce and the broader economy are simply incalculable. To be blunt, the nation's commerce will grind to a halt. So right now,
this is totally fucked up conversation concerns about a problem that Boeing made up that's completely unjustified, researched and tested, which proved these concerns to be false, yet we're still concerned. Really? The RCTA already studied. What is the RCTA? It's false claims. Right. That's what I was saying last night, Billy. Oh my God, we went over this last night and I went through that study and realized it's like It's like a 250-page study, and there's most of it is just them trying to sell out, auction off frequencies to companies. I don't even understand how that's a study. I couldn't find anything in there from altimeter companies that claim that they had some kind of research to back up their stupid claims. Radio Technical Commission for Aeronautics, RTCA, Aeronautics. Radio Technical Commission for Aeronautics.
Now we are seeing that the telecom industry has backed off.
God, that guy's hard to look at too, isn't he? There's a lot of ugly people on my show lately, and I apologize, guys. I'll try to bring you the beautiful people next time, okay? Sorry.
A bit on this, even though they have asserted over and over again that there is really not all that much of an issue, they say. They say this has worked in 40 other countries. There's been mitigation techniques, no accidents or incidents attributable to this 5G rollout in other countries. So right now we also know that the...
And then they bring these two up, and all I see is don't look up. The power team in the morning with the giant cups of coffee. Hey, you're gonna see her in my jacuzzi on my back deck, that's all. What, son? Oh, you haven't seen the movie? Okay, no spoilers. No spoilers. Here we go.
Biden administration and the FAA and the FCC and aviation groups and telecom groups have all been meeting about this. It seems like this buffer zone idea that they have come up with will be the thing that sticks, at least in the short term. Now we're just waiting to see what the long term...
My whole point is, once again, why doesn't AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, why don't they pay for a fucking study to prove that there's no interference? You know, what would be so hard? What would be so hard about paying for a study when you've got the billions, if not more, that these companies are worth? And they could pay a couple $1 million, have the study done, and they could show it to the United States federal government and tell the FAA to go fuck themselves. You know, this is all about COVID. I'm just going to say it. The airlines are trying to punish us for what the United States federal government is regulating them. They don't like it, and it's affecting their business, and now they're lashing out at the United States federal government. They're threatening. This is just common bargaining. This is how companies do business. This is just big moguls. This is what we're going to do. Okay, well, all right, we're going to come up with a study that's going to say there's interference with 5G, and we'll fuck with them on that. And we'll hold that above them until they release what they're doing with COVID on the airlines. They need to unregulate the airlines. That's all. That's what they want. I guarantee you that's what the airlines want. And they're asking for trouble. They see their bottom line has completely evaporated, right? They don't have much of a choice, and they're going to put it right on us. In other words, they need the cattle to come through, or they got no meat. And the federal government is slowing down that flow of cattle. And they're not making their bottom line, well, enough to the point that the CEOs are happy, I'm sure. I'm sure if they did business right, they'd be able to afford their fucking business no matter what. But, they're all advertisement. They throw money around like it's water, putting out a fucking fire, these large companies. So it wouldn't surprise me that they're finding themselves in a financial, bind during this fucking pandemic when people are hesitant to fly and travel. Hey, Grow Large, what's up, son? That's how we got the UFO files, snuck them in the COVID relief bill. So they are slowing down the flow of business. Well, that's their claim, and, it sucks. You're in a pandemic. What do you expect? You need to have contingencies for that. Like I have a contingency for my visa. What's up, big head? Hmm? Okay. Wow, let's... Maybe we should watch this too.
Surging Omicron numbers are still causing massive travel disruption. Meanwhile, over the holiday period, more than 2,000 flights have been cancelled globally today as airlines wrestle with staffing shortages and people calling in sick. More than 3,000 other flights have been delayed. In total, airlines cancelled more than 6,000 flights on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Nadia Romero is at what's usually America's busiest airport, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. And, you know, a big story there. This isn't about people concerned about COVID. It's just people not...
Billy, what is Boxing Day? What is that? I don't think maybe I've heard that, but I don't know what it means.
Turning up to work, so they have to cut back.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing from the airlines, right? That they just don't have the flight crews, Max, in order to keep up with their flight schedule. Now, some of this is the shortages that airlines have been dealing with for a while now. Some of it can be connected to the Omicron variant. We have heard of some technical difficulties on certain...
God, what is wrong with her fucking eyelashes? You women today with your fucking eyelashes, you need to calm the fuck down, alright? Just sit the fuck down and take those stupid fake eyelashes off your fucking face. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, but it's unattractive and you look like fucking clown shoes. It's the day after Christmas in UK ruled countries. It's called Boxing Day. Why do they call it Boxing Day, the day after Christmas? What does that even mean? The day after Christmas, Boxing Day. I don't understand that.
Flights that have caused delays or cancellations, and we have had weather issues starting last week on Wednesday with snow and with icy, stormy conditions.
I'm just going to show you these stupid fucking eyelashes. Here, look at this. What the fuck is that alive on your eyelid? What are those, worms growing on your eyelid? What are you people doing with the fucking eyelashes today? Stop it. You look like fucking idiots.
Happening here in the U.S. and in the Midwest and in the Pacific Northwest. All of that together, plus the normal holiday travel and
Boxing Day started as a day off for butlers boxing up gifts. Long lashes now are to protect the nose just in case women walk into the wall. How dare you make fun of a big nose? Butlers would get a gift from their masters. Wouldn't it be funny, all the how dare yous that I've ever done in a highlight reel? Oh my goodness. In a box, Boxing Day. I would get a gift from their masters in a box. Boxing Day? Really, Billy? Huh. Worms on your eyelids. She got worms on her eyelids. I don't know what she's doing.
Conveniences have made it a nightmare for many people. Luckily, it's not 1997, so people have cell phones. They've got their websites that they can go on and check and to see if their flights have been canceled before they get to the airport. But for some people, they don't find out until they arrive, and those are usually people who are delayed. Max, we spoke with a man yesterday. He was the only person I've spoken to over the past 3 or 4 days who was excited that his flight was canceled. He said his flight was delayed, and then by the time he got to the security checkpoint, they told him your flight's no longer. And so he turned back around, and he was happy to go home and spend another day with his family before heading back to New York. Most people, though, not excited about getting their flight canceled. canceled, especially not after they've already made their trek to the airport with their bags. They're ready to get on that flight, and then they find out the flight is no longer. Most people say to me, Max, that they wanted to deal with all of the troubles of traveling right now simply because they haven't seen their families since before the pandemic, since 2019.
Hey, ladies, do you know who's got big eyelashes? You know who's got long eyelashes? Little kids. Yeah, that's who have long eyelashes. Little kids do. So, what are you, trying to look for a man that's a fucking pedophile? You idiot! God damn, man. You know? Someone tell me why a woman's trying to make herself look like a fucking 6-year-old girl with inch-long eyelashes. What's the point of that? I bet you're born with adult-sized eyelashes and that you just grow into them, you know? I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's how that works. Because when I was a little kid, oh, the women were crazy about my freaking eyelashes. Oh my God, his eyelashes are so long, he's so cute. That shit went away when I got big. It's a fad. Ostriches have long eyelashes, says Eddie Hayes. What are you, a fucking ostrich? You ostrich-looking bitch. I like that. I like that. Well, are women trying to look like fucking ostriches now? You know, I'm sure I've asked my sister this before, what's up with the fucking long eyelashes thing. But, you know, this woman's are bad. I mean, the one on CNN, hers are bad. I was at the airport, I swear to fuck, I saw a woman at the airport whose eyelashes were twice as long as hers, and I was just like, oh, what are you fucking doing? They look like little wings every time she blinked her eyes. I was like, what are you fucking doing? Loves to spin fucked up narratives. I've never understood long nails either. When have you ever heard? Look at the claws on that one. Can't wait to get my sliced up by those rusty fuckers. What kind of dirt lives under those fuckers? It's their spirit animal. It's their spirit animal. Oh, dude. So, you know, the Omicron is causing travel disruptions, and the airports and the airlines and the FAA are all upset about it, and they're upset about the regulations. And this whole 5G thing, that Joe Biden is a big fuck you to the Biden administration. I promise you that. And I bet you that I'm not the only person on the internet who is saying that. And the reason I'm saying that is because I know those airplane executives don't give a fuck about our lives. They don't give a fuck about those goddamn altimeters, because these are the same fuckers who allowed those 737s to fucking lock the pilots out and crash and kill all those people. They don't give a fuck. You know, did they ground all the 737s when that first one went down? No! They waited for another one to do it 6 months later, and then they had the thought, oh, maybe we should ground the 737 MAXs now. They're locking out the pilots and nosediving and killing everyone on board. You know, and maybe if you guys didn't have to go find 2 more fucking pilots to go replace the 2 that died, you wouldn't have given a fuck about it either. That's how much those cunts care about you. So if you think they're giving a fuck about the altimeter, you know, something that there's no evidence even happens, they've got no study to prove it. According to Billy Ballantyne in here, it's all a lie. I believe him. And you think that that's what that's all about? I beg you to look a little deeper, or maybe just listen to my take on it, and tell me what you think. You think this got something to do with COVID regulation on the airlines? You think it's affected their bottom line? Hey, dude, do you think I've heard this narrative anywhere else but out of my own mouth? Right here? Because I know no one else has heard this narrative anywhere else. I came up with this bullshit all on my own, but I bet you I'm right. I bet you I'm right. No one else is talking about it. You know? Maybe we should Google what's the real reason the airlines are doing this whole 5G thing and see if anybody's talking about it. Real reason airlines are afraid of 5G. It has nothing to do with 5G. It's not just the pandemic that's threatening airline travel. You like that? Another safety ghost is hovering. You like the way they worded that one? Isn't that weird and funny? That they worded it just the way I'm talking about it? Nothing. There's no correlation. No one is correlating the two. COVID with 5G. I am the only one on the internet. It doesn't make sense. They don't care about you. They don't care if planes start falling out of the sky. They don't. They know you're going to get on one anyway. That's what they pay the advertisers for. I tell you what, guys. I need to tweet this shit. Oh my God. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it. I'm like blonde, brunette, redhead. I'm seeing it for exactly what it is. It's like when I was watching Don't Look Up last night with Mark, and I saw it for exactly what it was. Wakey, wakey. God damn. All right, so airlines are using 5G as a weapon. All right, as a weapon. Let's get rid of that. Airlines are weaponizing 5G to lash back at COVID restrictions on their flight. Prove me wrong. Live now. Oh, by the way, I'm the only one discussing this from this angle. It just doesn't make sense that an industry. What the fuck, dude? Unbelievable. It just doesn't make sense that an industry that would wait 6 months to pull the 737 MAX out of service after one locked the pilots out and crashed it and killed everyone on board, and wait for another one to do it 6 months later, and then decide that we're gonna fucking pull the 737s. You know, it just doesn't really strike me that they give a fuck about your lives enough to really care whether or not 5G is gonna interfere with the secondary altimeter for seconds when it probably doesn't matter at all anyway. Do they really give a fuck about it? You go through the Google, guys, and you'll realize what this is. Okay, I'm going to show you now. You want the chickens to come home to roost? Get ready. Watch this. So you go to Google and you type in real reason airlines afraid of 5G, and look what comes up. Watch this shit. Why 5G is causing flight cancellations? Vox. AP News, that's Associated Press. Why airlines fear 5G will upend travel this week? The Hill. 5G wireless, yet another reason to fear flying. But here you go. Here you go, guys. Here's the clue. It's not just the pandemic that's threatening airline travel. That's your clue right there, guys. That I am on the right. I am on the right. This is dated December 27th. This is an old one. I am on the right path here, guys. And so was The Hill. They started this right, but they didn't put two and two together like I did. But wait, I digress. Watch. Watch, guys. BBC, 5G phones, how serious is the threat to U.S. flights? A political fight over 5G. CNN.com, of course. We've been reading them. NPR, Verizon and AT&T agree to delay. You guys see what's going on here? They've created this campaign of terror to terrorize all of us from every single news outlet. This is what the airlines is doing to us right now. Why airlines fear 5G will upend travel this week. U.S. airlines warn 5G wireless could wreak havoc with flights. That's Reuters. U.S. News, Reuters, NBC News, Verizon, AT&T will limit 5G around airports as airlines warn of rollout of 5G service could cause catastrophic disruptions. Look, it's not going to cause catastrophic disruptions to the altimeters. It's just going to cause disruptions to the aviation industry, you know, because that's what the aviation industry wants. This is exactly what they want. They want to back us into a corner. Oh, and this goes on and on and on. YouTube, EMRSS, Health and Well, info.com. Go to page 2. I'm not kidding. YouTube.com, airline execs, WFTV. That's one of my home channels from Orlando, Florida. Officials are worried 5G signals could lead to airplane crashes. DailyNews.com, AT&T Verizon won't delay 5G rollout. The airlines fear will. This was from January 2nd, so of course that's changed. The Verge. So, you know, they're all reporting on this. They're fear-mongering. And that's what the airline wanted. They wanted to fearmonger. They wanted to frighten the United States government. They want to use this as a chip, right? As a bargaining chip to stop the regulations that the federal government is imposing on their industry. I guarantee you this. No one else is talking about this anywhere else on the internet. I'm the first one to discover this because I discovered it in my fucking corrupt brain. And yet, do you really believe that they're concerned about a little altimeter disruption from pilots that know how to land planes? I mean, these guys know how to land a fucking plane. Do you really think when they're landing they're looking at that altimeter? Or do you think they're looking at the runway? And chances are, when they really need to look at that other altimeter, and they need it, do you think that's the moment that there's going to be some kind of interference and it's going to, all of a sudden it's not going to work at that moment that they need it? I mean, certainly there's going to be someone on the ground that does this for the planes, right? He's going to have a 5G phone on him, right? What are they fucking thinking? That's not going to interfere with the pilot when he's trying to land? I think that all of these executives that signed on to this letter, I think they should all have to get on an airplane and go right up front with the fucking pilots and see how they land an airplane. Have I ever been in an airplane, sat in the passenger seat while the pilot was landing it? Yeah. Do you think that he was looking at the altimeter? No, he wasn't. Not at all. And he only had one altimeter on there. We were in a very old Cessna. It was so small, I was worried because I was so heavy. I weighed 235 pounds. And I remember when I got on the plane, he said, "How much do you weigh?" And I said, 235. Is that okay? He's like, "Yeah, if you were 250, man," he's like, "I probably wouldn't want to do it." It was that small of a plane. But these guys know what the fuck they're doing. They know how to land a fucking plane. And, you know, I just think it's hilarious that they've made this big stink. They've got Google to play right along. They've got all the goddamn news agencies to play right along. All you got to do is write airlines 5G. It'll come right up. And you can take part in this charade. You know? And just show me some interference on a goddamn altimeter. That's all I'm asking. You know, I got a fucking phone. I got a phone right here. Can't you just take a 5G phone, run it on a 5G network, go up to an altimeter and just hold it right up to the altimeter and show me the fucking interference? Show me how that works exactly. Can you do that? Is there a video? Hey, maybe there's a video on YouTube. All right? Here. Watch this. Yeah, these guys are crazy. 5G people on YouTube are crazy. Be careful when you type in 5G into YouTube. There's no evidence. They're just people parroting the report. Oh, it's true. There's a report. It's the RTCA. Oh, they're so official. It's the RTCA, everybody. It's the RTCA. I'm telling you. Give me a second. I'll be right back. My second cup of coffee here, right? Isn't this the second cup? Can't remember. Weight is crucial in flight of any size. You are lucky they can even see the runway. Pilots barely look at anything when they land. If you know pilots, you know that you are lucky they can even see the runway. Yeah. Right, dude? A little drinky. Or, yeah, I've known pilots. I could tell you something, it's so fucking disturbing, you guys would hate it. Even get their license, I hope they would know how to fly and land off of instinct and his analog instruments. Well, it's just, you know, they make it sound like this is the end of the goddamn of flight as we know it. And it seems like hyperbole, and when something seems like hyperbole, I investigate it and come to find out it's hyperbole. You know, I'm just doing this all the time, guys. It's all I ever do on here. You're going to find out that I'm right about this. You're going to find out that it turns out it was all about COVID regulations all from the beginning. And you're going to believe, dude, you're going to be like, dude, Nay was so right about that I'm going to go back. I'm going to find when he was talking about that, by the way, just so you all know. It was the morning show on Wednesday, January 19th. Okay? That's when I was discussing this. So you guys can, it's right now, this show. So you guys can go back, you can find the clip, make a clip of that, of me talking about it and saying it, show the date, and go put it on Twitter and show the world that I'm predicting things before they happen. Because I'm just common sensing it. Because I see when things don't make sense. Because I listen to everybody now. And now I've got vision that I've never had before. It opens up your eyes, guys. That's what it is. I'm telling you. Listen to people you disagree with, man. Listen to everybody. Stop shutting people out. Stop turning off things because, you know, because that person repulses you. They're going to say something and it's going to make sense to you. You're going to learn more. You're going to be smarter. And you'll be able to wade through shit quicker, too. For instance, if I have to listen to someone like Jordan Peterson for an hour and a half, and for 5 minutes he's making sense, and I had to wade through all that shit to find it, how easy is it going to be for me to find something important, you know, when I'm looking through things that are catering to my intelligence instead of something that's fucking insulting it? Like, for instance, watching that movie last night and seeing it for exactly what it was and having that vision, you know, blonde, brunette, redhead. I'm telling you, it's a talent, man, and it happens. As soon as you open up your minds, you open up your eyes, and you shut the fuck up. You got a lot of background noise going on in your brains. And you shut that shit down, and you start focusing, and you start paying attention. You start listening. And when you miss something, you rewind it, and you listen to it again. When you read something and you realize you didn't really grasp it, you go back and you read it over and over and over, like I do, until it starts finally sinking in. Sometimes I have to do that 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. Even when I'm reading. Force yourself to comprehend. And then eventually the comprehension just comes. MIC has dealt with it. Military Industrial Complex has dealt with it, and their mom, in your opinion? When I started skydiving, all altimeters were analog, fucking face and hands. I don't understand why you would need. Is there any point when a pressurized altimeter or a pressure reading altimeter stops working? Why would they need a radio? What's the need of a radio altimeter if you've got something that can tell you how high you are by the air pressure? I'm confused about that. Can anybody explain that to me? Wouldn't it be funny if radio altimeters were only there because somebody thought, oh yeah, I'll come up with, you know, something irrelevant and make money off it and sell it. I'll market it as something that people need. Because when we were reading about it yesterday, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, well, this thing works. When does it not work? When does the pressure sensing altimeter not work? That you would need a radio altimeter. They were saying in harsh weather conditions. Okay, so in harsh weather conditions, is that when an altimeter stops working? I mean, it would make sense because of pressurized systems, right? That you're flying through. And if you're going through a weather system or something that's got a different pressure, the need for radio altimeters is multiple. The tower can read your instruments. Oh, AI can activate emergency procedures. Oh, you mean like locking out the pilots and nose diving the plane, bro? Oh, okay, I gotcha. Dude, I tell you what, Billy, we are a fucking deadly team. You throw them up and I fucking spike them over the net, bro. That's so bad. I just love how corny this show is, man. I try to cornball it most of the time, you know? Because it's just so goddamn funny for me. I know it's cringe for the rest of you. I'm sorry. The need for radio altimeters is multiple. Yeah, oh yeah, that was a good post, bro. So it's relaying the information to the tower, and that's important. You're right. Now, if they can only prove some kind of interference is occurring, right? Now that we have determined that it is important. Pills taken on a Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Yes, it is. Okay. You know, my goddams still haven't hit the goddams yet, and it's driving me fucking crazy. So let's find out. I'm going to check my credit card and see if the payments have gone through. They've left the bank, but they haven't arrived at the credit card company yet. Cheers. Bottom of the hour? No, what? It's not bottom of the hour. Holy shit, what the fuck are you talking about? Eddie, it's 4:20 in Newfoundland. You're 20 minutes off. Okay, my payments have not gone through. Fuck off. Not you, Eddie. God damn it, Eddie. Why are you saying it's bottom of the hour? Why are you confusing me? Dude, isn't this the one I just smoked? No, I guess not. Really, Eddie? Really, Eddie? It's 10:54 here. Well, yeah, why did you say bottom of the hour? I'm so confused. Tell me why you said bottom of the hour. All right. Let's do this. I'm so excited for Steve running. And where's that other one going? And James McGill, I'm excited for you guys. Haven't had any orders in a few days. I'm like, I might as well ship something out. It's when it's best that you play ball on this show, guys. If I ask you to press a 1 and you agree with me, it's really best that you press the 1. Participate. It doesn't, you pressing a 1 doesn't benefit me at all. Just so y'all know. All right, cheers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. What's the actor's name who plays Hellboy? Ron Perlman. You guys like my impersonation? It's my Hellboy impersonation. You guys like that? He's fantastic in Don't Look Up, isn't he? Mabiza. My Beezel. I love him so. What is that? I got dirt on my head. I got dirt on my head from laying on the floor. Laying on the floor, laying on the floor. I got dirt on my head from laying on the floor. That's what I get when I lay on the floor. I get dirt on my head laying on the floor. Dude, I try to vacuum. I do. I usually keep it pretty clean in here. Those soldiers are holding on, son. City of Lost Children. Okay. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, everybody. So, give me a second. I'm not back yet. I'm not back. I was wrong. I'm not back. Hold. 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 Back. Don't. 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 There it is. There it is. I had to catch my fucking breath. Holy shit. Now I'm back. What's up, everybody? I just did a huge dab and I forgot where I was for the last 2 minutes or so. That really just took me, I went traveling into another dimension. These interdimensional shape-shifting reptilian aliens, sometimes they will abduct me and take me with them on a little ride. You know, I like to call it my little magic carpet ride in the morning. I usually will experience that in between the at least 4 to 5 seconds before I snort that second line of ultra potent super male vitality in the morning. It is so ultra potent. Now remember, I'll be in there renovating, and I will chop out only half a line of super potent ultra male vitality, and I will wait at least 4 to 5 seconds. But during those 4 to 5 seconds, every time I get abducted by shape-shifting reptilian interdimensional aliens that are literally sucking my thoughts, and as we move through the dimensions, of course, time slows down. A very slow time. So I'm literally with them for hours on these journeys. And we go from place to place as they snort the thoughts out of people's earlobes. They use these long glass straws, you know, and they glow when they do this. And they only snort half of a thought at a time because the thoughts are so ultra potent. And I've watched them do this time and time again. And, you know, they drop me off back there in the bathroom. 4 seconds have gone by, 5 seconds tops. And then I can finally snort that second half of a line of super male vitality. I know, and like my friend Billy Ballantyne reminds me, because I forgot. They make me very alert. I am extremely, exquisitely alert in the morning, and I'm ready for anything. I'm pumped up, and I am looking upwards at the stars while I'm traveling interdimensionally with these reptilian shape-shifting interdimensional aliens. Shapeshifters. Now, you understand what that means. They will literally change their shapes as we're traveling through dimensions. And understand, this period of 4 seconds elapses on Earth, in your dimension, while we're traveling here. I'm watching them snort these thoughts from people's brains. Ultra potent thoughts. Super male vitality. Oh, what the fuck, dude? I'm so high, bro. I'm so fucking high. Pinoy! Pinoy! You got me so high! Look at these cute little jars. They're so cute. And affordable with free shipping. Wow. They're so cute. They're so cute and tiny. I'm so fucking high and stupid. I'm stoned like a gravel road right now. How much are they? I think they're $10 with free shipping. International orders include $10. We get high up in this bitch. I already got high up in this bitch. That's what's up, man. I already got high up in this bitch. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Why am I having a hard time moving? There we go. I'm trying to move these around here. This one, and then you got this one right here. So I'm still just going through all of the 5G stuff. Oh, you my favorite person in the whole world, Elon. Elon, how is your Elon stock? Tell me in the chat. How's your Elon doing, guys? Pop-up blocker.
The percentage of intelligence that is not human is increasing. And eventually, we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence. I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. This was futile. I tried for years.
It's capable of vastly more than almost anyone knows. And the rate of improvement is exponential. And it scares the hell out of me. The biggest issue I see with so-called AI experts is that they think they know more than they do. And they think they're smarter than they actually are. I mean, the DeepMind system can win at any game. It can already beat all the original Atari games. It is superhuman. It plays the games at super speed in less than a minute. And we're all feeding this network without questions and answers. We're all collectively programming.
Dude, that just scared the shit out of me. What a computer can do. It can learn a video game and play it ultra fast. Think about that. Think of the ability of a computer to be able to do that. None of us can do that. So they're already more powerful in certain ways than we are. You have to admit that. There's a lot of people out there who say, oh, they can't think for themselves. They're not more powerful than us. They crashed 2 fucking planes already, people. 2 737 Maxes. Those people are dead. It's like 460 people or something like that. I wish I knew the exact number. You know, just because they can't think for themselves doesn't mean they're not going to kill us.
The AI and and Google plus all the humans.
You're down 2.2% on your Elon? Ah, it sounds like that might be a good time for me to purchase Elon when yours is down. Where'd you get yours at, Eddie? Did you use MetaMask? Uniswap? Did you use Uniswap? Swap? I need to know. Or did you use Uniswap? I clicked on the link to order and it sent me to a tattoo site. That doesn't sound right. Oh, you got it at crypto.com? You can get fucking Elon at crypto.com. No shit. Good time to buy some Elon while it's down. Jump on with the crowd. Where's it at? Where's it at? Let's look at where Elon is. Let's look at Elon, shall we? You guys want to look at Elon? Let's look at a crypto with Nay segment. We're going to check out one of them. You don't have to press a button on your keyboard, no. Singing out loud my thoughts. You going to get Elon's phone? Mic check, tell me about the phone. What's Elon's phone, bro? I'm getting his fucking router. They're sending it to me. I'm getting Skynet, you guys know? Or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, they're shipping it to me. Finally. I had to go up on, my whole mountain to try to find a spot where I could put this dish. And the only place that I figure I could put it is not only does it have to go on my roof, but it has to go up on a pole on my roof to be high enough. But once it goes up, I've got an antenna already up there, so I could put this on top of the antenna, I'm thinking. Pretty sure that between Mark and I, we can get it up there. And once it's up there, dude, I'm on that Skynet. It's supposed to be some crazy bandwidth, guys. I'll be able to video game and shit. Imagine watching me play fucking Battlefield live. Oh, fuck, dude. Flying planes and shit again? I would love that shit. I get on goddamn Twitch and fuck that shit up. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna check Elon. Elon. E-L-O-N. Dogelon. Dogelon is what it's called. Elon. The chance, check out his new video about his phone. Maybe I will, Mike Check. Maybe I will. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Right now it's at 0, 0, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's a good time to buy. Okay, let's see over 7 days. You guys want to see how I do this? Look. This is how I review a crypto. I'll go to CoinMarketCap and I'll just type in the top right corner. You see where it says search? All the way over the top right, right under where it says USD. Just type in Elon and then select the Dogelon Mars will come up. You'll see it says ELON. Make sure you're on the right crypto because there's a whole bunch of different ones of crypto. So make sure you're always on the right crypto that you're looking at. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to see where it is right now. And remember, it's at 1208, right? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. We're going to scroll down And if you ever want to find where to buy one of these things, you just click on market and it'll show you where it's available. We've got this, we're looking right now at the 1 day. So for the last 12 hours ago, it was up to, you run the mouse over, it'll tell you it was up at 12:30, 12:40. It topped out right here at 12:44. Right? And it's at 12:08 right now. So, not a lot of movement. Let's check it out over this. Do you see this chart right here? This is important that you all learn this. You're going to want to go through the different gauges of time. So we're looking at 24-hour. Now we're going to go to 7-day. And we're going to see what it's done over the 7-day. Very important. So it's been dropping. Good news. It's in a dip right now. Now let's look at that over the 30-day and see 1 month period. It says 1M. And see if it's in a dip over the 1 month. Okay, it's not in an overall dip, but I mean overall, yeah, it's at a low point. It seems to be dropping. So let's keep going. Let's go to the 3 month. I don't think we're going to get much more because it's a new crypto, right? Yeah, that's it. That's all the data they've got. That's the lifetime of Elon. It started out with this. It just blew up right off the bat, right out the gate, dude. That was 46, 51, dude. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. That's 6 zeros. My bad. That's 6 zeros. Now it's at 5 zeros. So, within a week, it went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the all-time high. Which I can't seem to hit the all-time high here. I don't know why it does this sometimes. There we go. I saw it. There we go. All-time high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 2581 is the all-time high. It's at 1209. Is it going to go back? I don't know. Is it? You guys said it has. You guys said it has tech behind it, right? Billy Ballantyne. Would you buy Elon? Elon price live data. What is it? It's a dog-themed meme coin on Ethereum and Polygon. It follows the example of other successful dog coins like Doge, Shiba Inu, and Flocky Inu. Dogelon Mars plays on several popular themes in the meme coin space. Its name is a mixture of Doge and Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur. His outspoken supporter of Doge. It alludes to Mars, a spin on the famous moon meme, implying that Dogelon, yeah. Beyond its tongue-in-cheek name, Dogelon Mars has managed to build a significant community with more than 300,000 Twitter followers and more than 84,000 followers on Telegram. Yeah, and it seems like a lot of them are selling out and walking away right now. Is that going to continue? So what you could do is set like an alert. So if this comes back up, right now it's way down, man. If it goes, it's at 1209, you know. If it goes up to 1212, what? It got all the way down. This is important too. It got all the way down to 1186. So, oh, dude, look at this line here. No, it's going to go down there again. I think it's going to keep dropping, man. Yeah, I might hold on that purchase until you know for sure what it's going to do here. Let's go to the 24-hour. So it doesn't move very quickly. It did here. It jumped. $7.30. This happened in an hour. This drop happened in 1 hour. It dropped like that in 1 hour. Look at that. Boom. Is it following the market? Yeah, dude, it's totally following the market, man. That's a good sign, guys. Okay, so as I glanced over, look at this pattern here, right? And then what I did was I glanced over right at this, and I basically just did a comparison of the way the market looks. Now, Dogelon looks almost identical to Cardano or Matic or Sandbox. And Bitcoin and Ethereum just spiked upwards, and it looks like Elon might spike upwards right now too. So it'd be a good idea. It's at 121, it says. Okay, 0.09% down right now. If that's movable, if that average, if that moves 0.09%, we'll get an idea of what it's doing. But it's at 12.10. What was it before? What, I can't remember. It just moved on us. Does anybody remember what it just was when we were looking at it before? Before it went to 121, it was 4 digits. Was it 12.1 something? Like 12.11? Okay, now it's at 12.09. Here we go. It's going down. That's what we needed to see. So we've got a moving average right here. I mean, we've got the prices. We can literally see what it's doing live. So as soon as it starts going up, I mean, it might be a good time to get some. You know, you could even use this one as, like, I could put $100 in and let it go to 200, pull the money out, and do it again and again with that, you know, and see how many times I could, you know, depending on what the gas fees are. Probably going to want $1,000 of it, you know, if I were to do it, not 100 because of the gas fees. So it just went back up again to 12.10. It was 12.09, right? So I'd love to be watching this one live right now to see what it's doing on the candlestick charts. Here we go. We want this to be Elon on the USD from okay, I guess we're gonna use Gate.io tracking. We'll see if we like it. On the 1 minute chart, Heiken Ashi, 4 color, show price extremes. We're good. Okay, now we're watching Elon. Wow. So it just spiked up. It was down. Cool. Now we can see the movement of it, and it's not very dynamic, but now at least we can track the movement of it. So check this out. We've got this chart right here. This is Elon. And it walked down all this way. And then it spiked upwards just a few minutes ago. And it's going back down again. So, that is crazy fucking movement right there. Very similar, though, to what Bitcoin is doing. Similar to Ethereum. So it's following the market. So if it looks like it's following the market completely, why not get some? It's really, really cheap. It looks like it does whatever the market does. So, you know, it dropped with the market, it rose with the market. So it's basically just a question of whether or not I believe that the market is going to go back up right now or not. Or is it going to drop more? Bitcoin is showing a shoulder head shoulder pattern, which means a drop. Let's see if that's everywhere else. Shoulder head shoulder on Ethereum. We just got a shoulder and a head on Cardano. We've got nothing on Matic, which is looking like Elon. Not really a shoulder head shoulder pattern on Elon. Triple goddamn spikes of yellow. Nothing. Maybe a head and shoulder pattern trying on Sandbox, maybe. But the Bitcoin head and shoulder, the Ethereum head and shoulder pattern, that leads me to believe that everything's going to drop right now. So, I don't know. Is it going to drop? They're showing yellows, which means it's going to go up. So that's confusing. A drop in value, drop in volume right now on everything. Usually means it's going to spike up. Is it going to drop before it spikes up? Or is this it? Is this the time to purchase? Grab some of that Elon. And there to trade into other coins. Oh, you pulled out some? 1209. Okay, look at this. We've got a red marker after 3 fucking yellow markers. Look at this. Do you guys see this on Elon? You see what's going on with those yellow markers? I do not know what it's going to do. It's different than the other ones, so I'm not used to seeing that kind of movement on a candlestick. It says it's at 121 right now. Oh, sign up. Huh? Dude, I'm not trying to fucking sign up. What are you doing? Holy shit, dude. This app is fucked up. Hey, man, it tried to drop right there, didn't it? Look at that. Look at Elon. What the fuck is going on? Waiting for the market to show me what it's going to do here. Nothing. Oh, Matic is spiking upwards. Sandbox is spiking upwards. It looks like Elon's going to follow. Look at that. I'm not trying to fucking sign up, you fucking idiots. What the fuck is going on? God damn. Oh my god, this app is fucking so stupid. Sign up. No, I'm not trying to sign up. Dude! Oh my god. This is bullshit. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I've got fucking issues and I gotta figure out what's going on, so I'll talk to y'all later. Love you guys. See you on the next episode. Upload. I hope you guys had fun. How long were we live for? 2.5 hours. Goodbye, everybody.